The last time I did a tier list was during, I believe, the beta days, and I think one of the characters which I just kind of wanted to, before I obviously update my tier list, of course, was to build up Momo and try her out. And obviously yesterday gave my thoughts and opinions on that character, and that technically speaking she's a bit of a free to play Urahara, how that she could be utilized in overall teams, just like how Urahara is kind of used universally. It's just the bonus of it all, as well as Urahara, is that if they're used within their specific mono team, obviously they'll hand out that extra bit of damage. So obviously with the introduction of Momo coming into the game, just makes her that much more of a valuable low rarity character that's given out for free with her whole kit, which is huge. So with all that being said, and now that I've, you know, leveled her up a little bit and I'm utilizing her that a little bit more, of course, and on top of that, fully getting a grasp on the Spirit team overall with where they're at, I kind of want to update the tier list to where I last left it. So this is the layout that I had it last time in terms of me adding a double S, of course, and reason being is because we're just going to get this out the way. Even during beta and even till now, Ichigo and Urahara are still classed and are still, sorry, the best units the game has to offer. Now I will also put Toshiro in the mix. Toshiro is also a bit of a cracked character. Also, he's definitely high tier worthy, most definitely. In terms of DPS wise, Ichigo and Toshiro are, I would say, two of the best that the game has to offer. Now of course I have still yet to record my video talking about both of these two to give my own thoughts and opinions on who I think will outshine or outbest, should I say. That being said, I think I will say this right now. When it comes to working on both of these boys, Toshiro Loki kind of needs his weapon card. So if you are going to be pulling for Toshiro himself, I would say that his weapon card is very vital for him in terms of that crit condition to be met. I think that's like the only thing which I will say. It's just there's a little bit more of a requirement for him. But if you really want to fully cater to him, then you can get an extra 2 copies either on his stamp card or 2 copies on his character card. So again, I'll talk more into that when I go into the whole Ichigo versus Toshiro video, of course. But for right now, yeah, I am giving Toshiro the high tier mark because again, this man is a monstrous DPS. This is exactly what we needed in terms of Spirit. Basically have him up. I wouldn't say what it was. Okay, yeah, no, let's be real. Spirit needed it. Let's be real. Let's not even. I can't sugarcoat it. Spirit needed it, like, for the love of God. So yeah, Toshiro's come in and actually saved the day. Unfortunately, Uru is just you know that I wouldn't waste resources on. Again, especially when you get into the mark where you're level 17 characters, 18 characters, resources are going to be scarce, and so yeah, we just gotta not consider wasting anything on Uru, unfortunately. So her days were numbered and Toshiro came in and saved the day. So there's that. Who else should we do? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think, okay, in terms of high rarity, like broken status, I mean, if I it's difficult to say battlefield skill wise, because as of right now, high rarity battlefield skill wise, I mean, battlefield users are technically for mono, so in terms of the better battlefield skill users, obviously Byakuya and Tozen are without a shadow of a doubt two of the best. Now I will put respect on Rukia's name. She's gonna be S for now. She will drop when Aizen releases, that's just a given. But with where things are right now and how good of a character Rukia is, you can actually also utilize Rukia in an AoE aspect to how I spoke about Urahara and Momo and whatnot. But Rukia at the very beginning was actually spoken about highly. But it was only until obviously Toshiro released people actually started to see her value, because why would you want to waste time putting work into a unit that the team isn't exactly there? It's probably one of the, well, at the time was one of the worst teams to work on, right? So unfortunately, not much love was shown to Rukia, but now, Toshiro being a thing, Rukia has come out of the woodworks to be a formidable battlefield skill character, especially for the Spirit users in particular. So yeah, battlefield skill users are looking pretty good. Obviously, Komamura is always going to be a trickle behind. I'm not a big, I mean, I do like the survivability that he has, of course. as well as the shield play that he releases, which effectively goes towards teammates, and providing them, I believe it was crit rate increase. I don't know if it also factors in crit damage. While Kuruma shield is active, the crit rate of the character with the shield increases by 8. Yeah, it's only so it's only crit rate. I mean, if this was like crit rate and crit damage, this would have been pretty nice. But again, and on top of that, his Bankai skills. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I can't deny it, right? It's more so of a big, huge safety net, right, to get the damage off, and not worry about much. So you know, there is that. While Kuruma shield is active, the character with the shield will increase their critical damage. Oh, is it his dupe? Oh hell nah. You gotta dupe this man out. Hey, I see developers. But he is, as I look at it, as like a big support shield, But I think even in the beta I left him at A, and I think I'm comfortable leaving him at A. Yoruichi, she is second behind in terms of DPS. I'm actually going to start building her up just to kind of see her potential, because again, in a situation where strike typing is now being added into the game, because I'm pretty sure if I go over here, I think for, where is it? Is it here? I think for today, or this week should I say, yeah, strike is now in place, so we're good on spirit. Strike on the other hand, ooh, I need to get my Yoruichi up, but even during the beta days when I did work on her, she was an amazing quick-wit character, and I think even with the full release and that they've given her like a charge-up attack, that's actually made her an even more of a crazy character in terms of her quickness. So I know that she's definitely high rarity and actually worth the investment. So again, if you are in need of strike and investing, Yoruichi is going to be your one in terms of DPS, of course. That being said, Ikaku, okay, Ikaku is definitely a worthy character. I'm just very questioning on where his value will be when Gin releases, because by the sounds of it, Gin is sounding like a disgusting character, especially with the DOT play, that the amount that he can apply and the benefits that he will get by having, let's say, plus 50 scales towards the enemy, right? Again, we'll have to go over this in terms of his kit when more of it gets leaked, as you could say. But Ikaku right now is, again, in terms of thrust wise, is an amazing DPS. I think there was a time where it was, when Toshiro wasn't here, it was basically these two boys running it in terms of two of the best DPSs. Obviously Toshiro comes along, Ikaku drops, and then when Gin comes along, it will be interesting to see on what happens to Ikaku and where he falls. I mean, who knows? I mean, technically speaking, maybe Gin and Ikaku can work quite well together, but it'll be interesting to see on if he does become a bit of a replacement. So I've actually, well, with the release of Gin in what, 2 weeks time, a week and a half time, I've actually kind of put a hold on working on him. I'm actually putting some work into Tozan because he's the Battlefield user, but Ikaku is still, again, a crazy DPS character. It's just, I would much rather see what's happening with Gin, because Gin is definitely going to be an attacking character. So I'm just being very cautious about my resources, that's all. But for right now, he is an amazing DPS character. So if you have put a little bit of work into him, then of course you can get the most out of thrust at the current moment of time. But again, come the 19th, that is when the newest thrust DPS is releasing Gin, along with the first ever thrust support, low rarity. That being said, with yesterday's video, again, got to put some respect on their name, of course, when it comes to the low rarity support. True and Momo. Again, I've already done a whole video talking about how, you know, these low rarity characters that get introduced into the game and how valuable that they are, and that working on them does kind of broaden up your options in terms of team comp and whatnot. So but yeah, Momo really is a unit that I would highly consider. Well, it's more so the case highly considering building up these both characters, of course. The other low rarity, which is Nemu, yeah, it's just it's difficult because the support play for Nemu is, it's still poor. Going over Nemu's full kit, and again, I'm just, yeah, in terms of the other support users, this is just a character which, I mean, for the sake of strike team, I would, me personally, if I need to use mono wise, you know, maybe slightly put a little bit of work on. But if I'm being real, for example, like I said, in the situation that we're at right now in terms of mono being a thing, mono spirit and mono strike, I would actually put Yoruichi and Komura with like Urahara or even Momo if I really wanted to switch it up, right? Urahara and Momo will be the two units that I'm going to be utilizing as a support play for the spirit and the strike team. I don't know, the value for Nemu right now is very poor in terms of you know, support units that we've had, especially in the ESR form. I mean, she's got a damage reduction by 10% for the character on the field for 30 seconds, giving us a raw 100 points towards our attack by using the ultimate, get a 7.5 damage increase. I believe that's a level 1, but I don't want to invest too much right now in terms of into a character which I'm not fully gonna utilize. In terms of even with the additional set of hers, I'm just, yeah, compared to what we have right now, I truly do believe that she is still one of the poorer SR supports that we have. Maybe we're waiting on somebody or someone, or you know, to get her full potential out there. But for right now, I think that's where I'm going to class her as. To be fair, Chad, I'm also going to drop where Ururu's to be fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Nah, I'll leave him at D. He's not worth that much time and investment, of course. Orihime, ooh, this is a tough one because I feel like Orihime is kind of like a standard. I mean, I guess some people would kind of class her, because she's just an overall healer, to be honest. But for the spirit, I mean, well, no, she could be used in an overall aspect of things. Okay, so I think I'm tempted to put a C because I feel like Orihime is also kind of dropped out. Unless some people are still utilizing her, but I feel like for the most part that's not going to be the case. But we'll leave her as that, to be fair. I think I'm comfortable leaving her at C, to be honest. And then, of course, you know, the day one Ichigos, I think the way I'm going to class it is... Yeah, I think that's the Ichigo we start off with, right? Hopefully I'm doing it right, yeah. So, obviously, it's just going to be done in successions in terms of where each Ichigo stands, of course. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can fight your case with the OG Ichigo still being a tier above, but I think for right now, in terms of the DPS-wise, that's kind of how I'm going to lay things out. Uryu is still an overall battlefield skill user, so I will put some respect on his name. So if need be, you can utilize him, and of course, effectively on his battlefield skill, he can still provide everyone. I think it's only with a 15% increase, because of course, if you look at mono users, they'll give their mono team that 30% increase, right, once a battlefield skill is used. Where Uryu, because he's an overall user for any type of team, for as a battlefield skill user, I believe he only provides half. But still, if need be, if lacking in certain battlefield skills for certain mono teams and whatnot, then he'll be your fill-in. But for the most part, if you have them, utilize them, right? So I mean, again, you can fight your case on whether or not if you want to drop him down to B as like an overall type character, but he's still pretty decent, so I'll give them respect. And then lastly, my boy Renji. Honestly, Renji isn't too bad. He does obviously have that DOT play, that laceration play. He also can, I believe, I think when you activate your special move or special attack, he gets like a crit increase of some sort. Can't remember exactly what it is, but yeah, he's got a decent range play. But again, the DOT play that he applies is fairly decent. Again, in terms of not having Ikaku, then of course Tozen and Renji is the play. I mean, if you really want to you know, pile on the DOT play, there is that option, but we already know what's to come and how more effective the DOT play will become, and so unfortunately just a character which I wouldn't invest time into at all, unfortunately. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is my updated tier list with how the things are right now, with the game fully releasing, of course. Yeah, I think I'm happy with leaving everyone with where they're at so far. We'll see how things change for the Thrust team. But for right now, I'm just double checking if I'm comfortable leaving everyone where they're at. I'm still tempted to maybe drop Uryu down to B, but yeah, cool. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's kind of where my thought process is at right now.